Good day, grade 7. For this video, you will learn how to perform operations on decimals. For the objectives of this lesson, you should be able to perform operations on decimal numbers and solve real-life problems involving rational numbers. Last time, we discussed the operations on fractions. So, we studied how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. Okay? So, ngayon po, i-recall po natin ulit yung mga rules po natin. First is for addition and subtraction of fractions. Okay? So, if we are adding or subtracting similar fractions or fractions having the same denominators, so, ang gagawin po natin is simply to add or subtract the numerators and then simply copy the denominator. Okay? So, just in case that the given fractions are dissimilar, which means they are different po when it terms to their denominators. So, ang gagawin nyo po is to find the LCD and convert them into their equivalent fraction such that magiging sila ay similar na. Okay? So, next is multiplying fractions. So, in multiplying fractions, you just have to multiply the numerators and then the denominators. Okay? So, that's why this became AC over BD. And again, you can also apply the cross cancellation method wherein you are going to divide the numerator and the denominator by their GCF to reduce the number. Okay, to reduce them into lowest form before multiplying them. Okay? Lastly is for division of fraction, wherein you are going to rewrite the problem into multiplication problem and change the divisor to its reciprocal. Meaning, babalik ta rin ang numerator at ang denominator. And don't forget to change the operation from division to multiplication. And then, so after this one, so siya ay multiplication problem na i-apply niyo na po yung rule natin in multiplying fraction. Multiply the numerators, AD, and multiply the denominators, BC. Okay? So, pwede rin kayo mag-cross cancellation kapag naging multiplication problem na po siya. And don't forget po, when you are performing operations on fractions po, kahit ano pa pong operation yan, always express your answer in lowest term or in simplest form. Okay? So let us now start discussing addition and subtraction of decimals. So decimals are added and subtracted just like whole numbers. Okay? So we have to align the decimal points. Add or subtract the numbers in columns, and insert the decimal point in the answer immediately beneath the decimal points in the numbers being added or subtracted. So, kung marunong po kayong mag-add ng whole numbers, edi parang ganun din po ang gagawin natin dito. Okay? Basta make sure po that we are going to align the decimal points. And of course, dahil ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay rational numbers and meron na rin po tayong mga negative na decimals, of course, we need to apply yung rules natin kapag nag-add or subtract tayo ng signed numbers. So, yun po ay na-discuss na po natin nung mga nakaraan. Okay? So, let's have our first example. What is 361 and 47 hundredths plus 25 and 684 thousandths? Okay? So, based on the given rule or instruction po, we have to arrange the numbers in column. So, isusulat natin siya ng pa-vertical po. Ano po? So, 361 and 47 hundredths plus 25 rather, and 684,000. So, as you can see, dahil po, pinagpantay natin ang decimal point. So, dahil po 2 digits lang po yung decimal numbers po nitong 361 and 47 hundredths. So, para maging pantay po yung dulo, naglagay po tayo ng 0. So, adding 0 at the end po will not affect the value of the decimal. Okay? So, para lang po magkameron po ng katapat yung 4. Ano po? So, ang gagawin natin dito, sabi ko nga po ay add the numbers as if they are whole. Okay? So, i-apply nyo lang po yung rules natin kapag nag-add ng whole numbers. Starting from the rightmost end. So, lagi kayong mag-start dito. 0 plus 4 is simply 4. And then, 7 plus 8 is 15. So, 5 lang ang isusulat nyo. Carry 1. And then, add po yung 1 dun sa 4 and 6. So, 1 plus 4 and 6, 1 plus 4 plus 6 is equal to 11. So, 1 po ulit. And then, another carry. Yan. And then, yun pong decimal point po, don't forget na i-reflect nyo siya dun sa sum. So, magkakatapat silang lahat dapat. Okay? And then, proceed tayo. 1 plus 1 plus 5 is 7. And then, 6 plus 2 is 8. And then, dahil wala na pong katapat si 3, bring down 3. Okay? So, this will be our final answer. So, the sum of the two decimals is 387 and 154 thousandths. Okay? Next example. So, what if we are going to add a decimal number and a whole number? Okay? So, again, you have to arrange the numbers in column. So, dapat po magkakatapat yung decimal point. Eh, wala pong decimal point yung ating whole number. So, ang pagbabasihan nyo po ng pag-align is yung place value. So, dapat magkatapat yung ones digit, tens digit, and yung hundreds digit. Okay? So, ang decimal point po ay laging after ng ones digit. Meaning, ang 128 po, ang decimal point niya ay after ng 8. And then, para po magkameron ng numbers po sa tapat po nung 0 and 5, so pwede tayong mag-add ng dalawang 0. Pwede naman pong hindi, pwedeng magdagdag. It's up to you po. Okay, so sanayin na lang siguro natin yung sarili natin na maglagay tayo. Kasi mamaya makikita nyo yung importance ng sanay tayo na nag-a-add tayo ng 0 dun sa mga numbers na walang katapat dun sa dulo. Okay, so add na ulit natin. 5 plus 0 will become 5. 0 plus 0 will be 0 pa din. And then yung decimal point, i-reflect po ulit natin. Ayan. So, dun po mapupunta ang decimal point. 4 plus 8 is 12. So, 2 carry 1. And then add po natin, 1 plus 0 plus 2 will be 3. And 2 plus 1 will also be 3. Okay, so this is the answer. The answer for the problem is 332 and 5 hundredths. Okay? So, 332.05. For the third example, so let's have now subtraction naman po. 56 and 74 hundredths minus 13 and 82 hundredths. So, ganun din po, isusulat lang natin sila vertically. We have to arrange the numbers in column. Pagtatapatin po ulit natin ang decimal point. So, 56.74 minus 13.82. So, as you can see, magkatapat po yung decimal point. So, proceed tayo sa subtraction. Take note, subtraction to. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. 7 minus 8, since 7 is less than 8, we have to borrow 1 from 6. Okay? And 6 will become 5. Tandaan po yan. So, yung 1 pong yun, idadagdag natin sa 7, and 1 is equivalent to 10. Okay? So, pag nanghiram ka ng 1, dun po sa number to the left of yung kulang, yung nangangailangan po, you will add 10. 10 to that number. Okay? So, magiging 1, 7, or 17. 17 minus 8 is equal to 9. Okay? And then, reflect the decimal point as well dito. And then, yung 5, subtract po ng 3, we will get 2. And then, 5 minus 1 will become 4. So, the answer po is the difference of 56.74 and 13.82 is 42 and 92 hundredths. Okay? Ayan. So, ganyan po ang gagawin pag subtraction. Para ka lang din nagsusubtract ng whole numbers. So what if we have this one? So 239.5 or 239 and 5 tenths minus 75 and 26 hundredths. So same po, you have to arrange the numbers in column. So write first 239.5 and then minus 75.26. Okay? So since mas madami pong decimal numbers po ang yung ating subtrahend, so dito kailangan na talaga, it's a must, na tayo ay magdagdag ng 0 sa taas. Okay? So kailangan po para maging magkameron po ng number sa tapat ng 6. Kasi syempre, doon natin malalaman kung saan natin isusubtract tong 6 na to. Okay? So, subtraction na po tayo. Since 0 minus 6 po siya and 0 is less than 6, manghihiram po ulit tayo sa 5. And 5 will become 4. And 0, dadagdagan mo ng 10 kasi nanghiram ka ng 1 dito. Okay? So, 0 plus 10 will become 10. So, nilagyan mo lang ng 1 sa dulo. Yun yung hiniram mo dito sa kabila. And then, 10 minus 6 will become 4. 4 minus 2 will become 2. Reflect the decimal point. 9 minus 5 is 4. 3 minus 7 cannot be ulit. Borrow 1 from 2. 2 will become 1. And yung 3, magkaka-1 sa unahan, or madadagdagan ng 10, magiging 13. Okay? So, 13 minus 7 is 6. And then, 1 minus wala po. So, ibig sabihin, bring down lang yan. So, 1, ayan, magiging 164 and 24 hundredths. So, this is our final answer. So, what if yung isa po ay negative? So, sabi ko nga po, may negative pong decimals kasi rational numbers ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. So, kapag po may negative po, so, alalahanin po natin yung rule natin. We are adding two numbers with different sign. So, positive yung isa, negative yung isa. So, ang rule po natin dyan, kapag nag-a-add tayo ng magkaiba ng sign, we have to subtract the absolute value. So, isusubtract natin, syempre, dahil mas malaki ang 57.84, siya yung mauuna. 57.84 minus 45.02. And then, susundin natin yung sign ng mas mataas. And since mas mataas yung 57.84, which is positive, positive po yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? So, ayun, isusubtract natin yung dalawa, and then positive ang magiging sagot. So, align again the numbers in column. We will have 57.84 minus 45.02. So, dahil magkatapat na naman po yung decimal point, and no need to add digits po sa dulo, subtract na po natin. 4 minus 2 will become 2. 8 minus 0 will become 8. Okay? So, wala ka naman pong binawas sa 8, kaya 8 pa din. And then, reflect the decimal point. 7 minus 5 is 2. And then, 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay? So, the answer po is 12 and 82 hundredths. Again, the answer should be positive kasi mas mataas po ang absolute value ng positive 57.84. So, this is the final answer. Last example for addition and subtraction. So, we have here addition po ulit ng dalawang negative. So, ang rule po natin when we are adding the same sign, adding numbers having the same sign, we are going to add the numbers and copy the sign. So, meaning, i-add natin yung 49.3 and yung 27.5 and simply reflect the sign. So, since pare silang negative, negative pa rin yung makukuha nating sagot. So, take note of that. So, i-add na po natin 49.3 plus 27.5. Since mas magkatapat na yung decimal point, pwede na natin silang i-add. 3 plus 5 will become 8. 9 plus 7 will become 6. Carry 1. And then 1 plus 4 plus 2 will become 7. Okay? And again, sabi ko nga po, our answer should be negative. So, hindi pa to yung sagot. Okay? So, the answer is negative 76.8 or negative 76 and 8 tenths. Okay? So, wag pong kakalimutan lagi yung sign para po hindi magkamali. So, magkaiba po ang dalawang to. Yung opposites po sila. So, this is not acceptable. So, ito po ang ating final answer. May negative dapat. Okay? So, let's now proceed to multiplication of decimals. To multiply decimals, we have to multiply the numbers as if there are no decimal points. Okay? So, di ba pag nag-multiply tayo ng numbers, ang ginagawa natin, ina-align natin sila sa right side. So, yung last digit po, pinagpapantay natin. So, ganun din po pag decimals. Pagpapantayin lang natin yung last digits po nila. So, parang invisible muna sa paningin natin yung decimal point. After that, so after finding the product, we are going to use the total number of decimal places of the factors as the number of decimal places of the product. So, bibilangin natin po yung decimal places ng ating factors. And then, yung total po nun, yun po yung magiging total number of decimal places ng magiging product. Okay? So, i-apply po natin para mas maunawaan pa. Ayan. Again, we have here an important note, ha? So, we always apply the rules in multiplying signed numbers, wherein multiplying positive by another positive, the answer will be positive. Multiplying a negative by another negative will give us a positive answer. And then multiplying a negative by positive will give us a negative product, while multiplying positive by a negative will also give us a negative product. Okay, so same sign, positive, different signs, negative. Okay, let's apply. First example, we have here 8.4 times 3 or positive 8.4 times positive 3. So, which means our answer will be positive po. Ano po? So, ang gagawin natin ay we have to arrange the numbers in columns such that the last digits are aligned. So, ganito po ang magiging itsura niya. 8.4 times 3. So, magkatapat po yung 4 at yung 3. Okay? So, ngayon po, i-multiply po natin sila as if we are multiplying numbers with no decimal points. So, 3 times 4 is 12. So, 2 lang ilalagay nyo dito. Carry 1. And then, 3 times 8 is 24 plus 1, 25. Okay? So, 252. But this is not yet the final answer. So, ang sabi po doon, bibilangin natin yung decimal places ng factors. So, as you can see, merong isang decimal place yung ating factor. So, ito wala. Pero yung isa, merong isa. So, ang gagawin natin, from the rightmost end ng 252, mag-move din kayo ng 1 decimal place. Okay? So, magiging dito nyo po ilalagay ang decimal point. So, the answer will be 25.2. Okay? Or 25 and 2 tenths. Maliwanag po. So, bilangin nyo lang po kung ilan ang decimal places ng factors. And then, yun po yung magiging decimal places po ng product. So, wag po yung kakalimutan. Next example, so let's have here 2.65 times 4.7. Again, parehas positive yan. Meaning, ang ating answer po dapat ay positive din. Ano po? So, align or arrange the numbers in columns such that the last digits are aligned. So, magiging 2.65 times 4.7. Yan, magkatapat po ang 5 and 7. And then, let's multiply them. 7 times 5 is 35. So, 5 carry 3. Then, 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 3 will be 45. So, 5 lang po. And then, carry 4. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 4 is 18. So, yan po yung nakuha nating product ng 7 times 265. So, next naman ay 4 times 265. So, isa-isahin natin. 4 times 5 is 20. So, 0. Doon nyo po isusulat siya sa tapat ng second digit. Okay? 0, carry 2. And then, 4 times 6 is 24 plus 2. So, yun to lang yung i-add natin, ha. So, wag niyo na pong papansinin yung mga carry natin kanina. So, yun to lang. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 2, 26. So, 6 and carry 2 again. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2, that is equal to 10. Okay? So, next po niyan is i-add natin yung mga products na nakuha natin. Okay? So, dahil walang katapat si 5, bring down 5, and then 5 plus 0 is 5, 8 plus 6 is 4, carry 1. So, may carry 1 po tayo dito. And then, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then bring down 1. Okay? So, again, this is not yet the final answer. Okay? So, bibilangin nyo, ilan po ang decimal place natin dito sa factors? 1, 2, 3. So, tatlo po sila. 1, 2, 3. So, ang gagawin nyo po, simula po sa dulo ng number, so 12,455 po siya. So, dito ka magsisimula sa rightmost end, bibilang ka rin ng tatlo. 1, 2, 3. At dun mo ilalagay yung decimal point. Okay? So, the answer po, the product of 2.65 and 4.7 is 12.455 or 12 and 455 thousandths. Okay? Yan. So, let's have here another example for multiplication. So, lagyan naman natin ng sign yung isa para ma-apply natin yung rules ng multiplying signed number. So, we have here positive 4.52 times negative 0.16. So, again, positive times negative will give us a negative product kasi magkaiba sila ng sign. So, tatandaan po yun na negative ang ating product. So, again, let's arrange the numbers in columns. So, magkatapat ang 2 at ang 6, yung last digits. So, multiply natin sila. 6 times 2 is 12, carry 1. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 1, carry 3. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 3 will give us 27. Okay, and then after that, yung 1 naman po, 1 times 2 is 2. So, doon nyo siya isusulat sa ilalim ng second digit. And then, 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 4 is 4. So, 1 times 4, 52. 452 pa din. Ano po? And then, dahil 0 na naman tong kasunod, so, pag minultiply natin ng 452 sa 0, puro 0 na yon. So, kahit hindi na po natin siya isulat. Okay, so, proceed na tayo sa addition. Bring down si 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry 1. And then 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. Okay? Ayan. So, yan po yung nakuha nating sum. And then after that, bibilangin natin yung decimal places ng ating factors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4. Meaning, 4 na decimal places ang i-move natin. Okay? So, ito yung 7,232. And again, from the rightmost end, mag-move tayo ng 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, dito natin ilalagay yung decimal point. So, kapag nasa unahan na siya, lalagyan nyo na lang ng 0 sa unahan. Okay? And again, since negative po yung isa sa ating factors, positive times negative, negative po ang ating final answer. So, the answer is negative 0.7,232. Okay? Ayan po ang ating final answer. Take note of the sign again. Ayan. So, nasa last operation na po tayo, which is dividing decimals. For us to divide decimals po, so kung marunong kayo ng long division, ganun din po ang ating gagawin dito. Okay? Pero kapag may decimal point, ganito po muna ang gagawin natin. So, we have to move the decimal point of the divisor to the right, making it a whole number. Okay? So, kailangan maging whole number yung divisor po natin. And then, move the decimal point of the dividend to the right in the same number as the decimal places in the divisor. Okay? So, kung minove mo yung decimal point ng divisor ng 2 decimal places, E di i-move mo rin yung decimal point ng dividend to the right ng 2 decimal places. So, kung anong ginawa mo sa divisor, ganun din ang gagawin sa dividend. Okay? And then, after po nun, kapag whole number na po yung ating divisor, we are going to bring the decimal point right up the quotient, then divide. Okay? So, yung decimal point ng dividend, i-reflect mo siya dun sa taas, dun sa quotient. And then, pwede nyo nang i-divide. Okay? Let's have some examples. Ayan. So, isang reminder pa ulit. Isang munting paalala na i-apply po natin ang rules when dividing signed numbers. So, same siya nung sa multiplication. Pag parehas po ng sign, positive yung sagot. Pag magkaiba ng sign, negative yung sagot. Example number 1, 6.3 divided by 7. So, since the divisor is already a whole number, so 7 po siya, whole number na, we are going to proceed to division na. So, 6.3 divided by 7. Again, nasa loob ang dividend, nasa labas ang divisor. So, i-divide na po natin. Since 6 is not divisible by 7, so we are going to take up to the second digit. Ayan, so 63 ang gagamitin natin. 63 divided by 7 is 9. Diba? So, again, i-reflect nyo yung decimal point. And then, before nyo isulat yung quotient. So, 9. So, dapat po yung quotient na makukuha nyo ay isusulat nyo sa tapat ng last digit ng number na dinivide. So, 63 po yung dinivide natin, meaning sa tapat ni 3, ilalagay yung quotient. Okay? And then, after that, multiply the quotient by the divisor. 9 times 7 is 63. So, disregard nyo muna po yung yung ating decimal point. So, 63. And then, subtract natin, this will be 0. 63 minus 63. Okay po. So, dahil 0 na yung remainder, so, ang final answer natin, syempre, sabi ko nga po, pag ganito yung sagot, yung decimal point lang po, lalagyan nyo na lang ng 0 sa unahan. So, the answer po, 6.3 divided by 7 is 0.9 or 9/10. Okay? For example number 2, let's have here 6.258 divided by 0.3. Okay? So, make the divisor a whole number before proceeding to division. So, 0.3, kailangan siyang maging whole number. Ano po? So, para maging whole number yung 0.3, magmo-move ka ng 1 decimal point to the right. And since nag-move ka po sa divisor ng 1 decimal place to the right, magmo-move din po yung decimal point ng dividend mo 1 decimal place to the right. So, parehas lang po sila. Okay? So, i-rewrite natin yung problem. Magiging, yan, 62.58 divided by 3 na po. Okay? So, pag ganyan na po, pwede na tayo ulit mag-divide. So, let's start with the first digit, 6. Since it is greater than 3, pwede natin i-divide. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay? Ayan. So, doon natin siya i-reflect yung 2 sa tapat ni 6. And then, 2 divided by, 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract, 6 minus 6 is 0. So, ang gagawin natin is i-bring down na lang natin yung next digit, which is 2. So, 2 divided by 3, since less than siya, 2 is less than 3, ibig sabihin 0 yan. Ano po? Then, 0 times 3 is 0. Subtract, 2 minus 0 is still 2. So, we will bring down the next digit, 5. Magiging 25. 25 divided by 3 is 8. And 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract, 25 minus 24 is 1. And then bring down the last digit, yung 8. Magiging 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. And then subtract, 18 minus 18 is 0. So, dahil 0 na yung remainder, ito na yung ating final answer. So, the answer po for this problem, 6.258 divided by 0.3 is 20.86 or 20 and 86 hundredths. Let's have another example po. Ayan. So, paano kung 452 divided by negative 0.9? So, dahil positive to divided by negative, meaning our quotient will be negative. Okay? So, tandaan nyo lang po yung magiging sign ng quotient and then, i-divide nyo na lang sila as if pareha silang positive. So, let's make the divisor a whole number. So, from this 0.9, mag-move tayo ng 1 decimal place ulit para maging 9 na lang siya. So, syempre, ang 452, dahil whole number po siya, automatic, ang decimal point na ay after ng ones digit, which is yung 2. So, i-move pa rin natin yon. So, pag minove po natin siya, we have to add a 0. Okay? So, nag-move tayo ng 1 decimal place. Kaya nag-add tayo ng 0. And then, whole number na po yung divisor. So, let's now divide. 4 divided by 9 cannot be. So, let's take the second, up to the second digit, 45. 45 divided by 9 is 5. Okay? So, 5 times 9 is 45. 45 minus 45 is 0, meaning we have to bring down the next digit, which is 2. Ayan. So, 2 divided by 9. So, cannot be ulit. Automatic, this will become 0 na. So, 0 times 9 is 0 times 9 is 0. And then, subtract 2 minus 0 is 2. And then, bring down the next digit, which is 0. 20 divided by 9 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. Subtract again. 20 minus 18 is equal to 2. So, dahil may remainder pa din, pwede tayong mag-add ng another 0 po dito after the decimal point. And then, i-bring down natin siya. 20 divided by 9 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18 ulit. And then, 20 minus 18 is another 2. So, kapag nag-add ulit tayo ng 0 dito, edi 0 ulit yung i-bring down natin. So, 20 na ulit siya. 20 divided by 9 is 2 ulit. And then, 2 times 9 is 18 ulit. So, in short, paulit-ulit na lang po yung mga susunod na process. So, ang makukuha natin dito is a continuous 2. Ano po? So, this is a repeating decimal. In this case, pwede na po nating isulat yung final answer natin as negative 502.2 bar. So, yung bar po sa taas, ang ibig sabihin niyan, continuous po yung digit na 2. Okay? So, siya ay 502.22222 and so on. Okay po? So, again ang ating answer ay negative kasi po positive times negative is negative. Okay? So, now let us apply what you have learned in solving real-life problems. First example, we have here Mount Everest in the Himalayas at 8,488 kilometers is the highest mountain in the world. The Marianas Trench in the Pacific Ocean at 11 300 kilometers is the deepest part of the ocean. Find the vertical distance from the top of the highest mountain in the world to the deepest part of the ocean. Okay? So, halimbawa po, i-illustrate lang natin siya. So, if this is the Mount Everest, halimbawa, so this is the sea level or the ocean po, ayan. And then, this is the deepest part. Sabihin na natin ito yung deepest part ng ocean, which is 11.03 kilometers. So, yung highest peak po ay 8,488 kilometers. So, ang tinatanong po is yung distance between the two, the vertical distance. Ano po? So, ito po yung hinahanap natin. So, meaning we have to get the distance po, itong 8,488 kilometers above the sea level and yung 11 and 300 kilometers below the sea level. So, ito yung ating zero, sea level. Okay? Since po below the sea level po, yung 11.03, so, i-represent natin siya as negative. Okay? So, ito po yung magiging pinaka-equation natin. 8,488 kilometers minus negative 11.3 hundredths. Okay? And take note that when we are subtracting po, we are going to change subtraction to addition, and the sign of the subtrahend po will be also changed. So, from negative, kaya siya naging positive. So, in short, i-add lang pala natin siya. 8,488 plus 11.03. So, i-add natin to. Ito yung distance na to. Plus yung distance dito para makakuha yung total distance. Let us have the solution. So, sabi ko nga po, i-add natin sila. So, pag mag-a-add tayo, i-align natin ang decimal points. Since whole number to, nasa dulo ang decimal point po niya. Ayan. So, magdagdag na lang tayo ng dalawang 0 para po may katapat naman yung 0, 3. And then, let's add. 0 plus 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 plus 0 is 0. Reflect the decimal point. 8 plus 1 is 9. And 8 plus 1 is also 9. Bring down 4 and bring down 8. Okay, so ito yung sagot natin. Pero syempre, since we are solving problems here, remember to always attach the unit of measurement given in the problem. So we are looking for the distance, meaning, ayan, the vertical distance from the top of the highest mountain in the world to the deepest part of the ocean is 8,499.03 kilometers. Okay, so wag kakalimutan po si kilometers. Okay, let's have the next problem. Six students ordered mango pie and the total cost was 154 pesos and 50 cents. How much did each student have to pay if they shared the cost equally? So, yan nga. Bumili sila ng mango pie, then ambag-ambagan sila. So, meaning po, ang problem na ito, ang tinutukoy pong operation ay division, wherein we are going to divide 154 pesos and 50 cents by 6. So, hati-hati po silang 6. So, let us apply the rule when dividing decimals. 154.50 divided by 6. Since whole number na po yung ating divisor, pwede na tayong mag-proceed sa division. So, let's divide 15 by 6. So, 15 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. And then, 15 minus 12 is 3. Bring down 4. 34 divided by 6 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 34 minus 30 is 4. And bring down again the next digit, which is 5. 45 divided by 6 is 7. Don't forget po, ang decimal point ay magkatapat dapat. Then 7 times 6 is 42. 45 minus 42 will give us 3. And then bring down the 0 will be 30. 30 divided by 6 is 5. And 5 times 6 is 30. 30 minus 30, of course, is 0. Since 0 na yan, stop na po tayo. So, ang answer ay 25.75. But again, you have to attach the unit of measurement since we are talking about amount here. Meaning po, each student will pay 25 pesos and 75 cents. Okay? So, this is how you apply the operations on decimals on solving real-life problems. I hope you have learned a lot from this video. So, see you in the next discussion. Goodbye and God bless!